Okay, so what we're asked to do is to graph this piecewise function. And so what I'm going to do is begin to work with the first piece, which is which is this x cubed part of the function. So I am going to just choose some input values and some output values. And since this is supposed to be valid for anything less than -1, then I'm gonna choose a few things like say -2, and let me actually go a little further than that. Let's go to -3, -2, and -1. Okay, so I guess and even though it's only gonna work for that, I think we'll add just maybe a couple more here just to really take a look at what the curve looks like. And so -3 to the third power is -27. That's going pretty high. So I don't know if we want to go that high on the graph. -2 to the third power is -8. And then -1 to the third power is -1. 0 to the third power is 0, and then 1 to the third power is 1. So we'll make a graph in a minute, and we'll put those values on there. But let's go on for the meantime to the second part of the graph, which is this -2. And that's sometimes students find that hard to interpret, but basically when the input is -1, the output is, by the way, it's the same f of x. The output is -2. When the input is 0, the output is -2. When the input is 1, the output is -2. And I guess since we're going all the way, we might as well go all the way to the endpoint, which is going to be 4, and these are all going to be -2s. And then the last piece f of x is equal to the square root of x. So we'll start at the 4. So we'll go 4. In fact, actually, I think I'm gonna go the 4 is important to have in there. But I am gonna go to first of all, they should be things that are easy to get the square root of, like 1 and like 0. And we can't get the square root of a negative number, so we can't go any further than that. And then let's go to 9. So the square root of 0 is 0, the square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of 9 is 3. That should be plenty of information for us to come up with a graph of this piecewise function. And there are a few negatives. We'll decide how far we need to go, but let's just start with this for now. So I'm gonna just ignore the -3, -27, just because -27 is such a big value that would take me way, negative. So I'm gonna start at -2, -8. So this one here. -2, -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I try to be to evenly space those, but obviously I'm not doing a great job at it. Um, so you could just try on when it comes to your graphing to try to be a little bit more evenly spaced. Then I've got -1, -1, so that's gonna be here. 0, 0, that's gonna be here. And then 1, 1, 1, 1. So 1, 1 is 1, 1. It's over here. Now I have, quite a bit of experience with this curve. And so I know that it's gonna go something like this. Um and even though it's not perfectly drawn, but it's also important for me to point out that actually the part that matters is actually this part from -1 uh this way, and it's going left. um it's kind of hard to display that. So and I don't know if I can make something even. I don't know if there's a curve that I can use to help me make a nicer curve there. But maybe we'll just I think we may just be happy with what we've got. I don't think I can make it any thicker, at least. Um, so we'll just settle with what we've got and say, okay, it's this piece. And so, just know that we really don't need this other part of the graph. I just like it there because it helps me see the full shape of the curve. And then the other thing that's really important for me to note is that this actually should be an open circle, because and I should try to make it where it goes, which is here. Okay, so that's kind of the best that I can do there. But it's an open circle because it does not include this value, right? Because otherwise it would have that symbol, but it doesn't. So it does not include the -1, uh, -1. So this is not included, but it helps us identify where the starting point is. Okay, then the rest is fairly easy to graph because it's from -1 to 4, and it's at a -2. So it's going to go something like 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go this. Whoops. It's going to just go this way. And this is an endpoint, and this endpoint is not included. Okay. We'll try to make it a little nicer by using a line. And then the last piece is the square root of x. So I need a point. Now there's a point at 0, 0. There's a point at 1, 1. There's a point at 4, 2. And then there's a point at 9, 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. So this curve looks like this. Now this is gonna keep going, and over here is where we have the endpoint. So it does have a curve piece, and of course the rest of it is not part of the curve. And since we have the major shapes, it doesn't really hurt anything if I go ahead and erase this information. So it is additional information. It's helpful for us to make the graph, but then at this point we can eliminate it. So there we go. That's the graph of this piecewise function that has 3 parts.